everybody, it's Mrs. King, and I didn't want anyone to miss our weekly story time, so I'm going to pick up where we left off with the classes for our read-alouds the rest of the week, and we are going to do Miss Nelson Has a Field Day by Harry Allard and James Marshall. Just as a clarification, this is for educational use only, not meant for any commercial purposes, so please keep this recording private and educational use only. Miss Nelson Has a Field Day. For some weeks now, gloom had blanketed the Horace B. Smedley School. No one laughed or threw spitballs. No one even smiled. Everyone was down in the dumps. Miss Nelson was worried. Even the cafeteria ladies had lost their sparkle. Mr. Blandsworth was so depressed that he hid under his desk. "It's the worst team in the whole state," he said. And it was true. The Smedley Tornadoes were just pitiful. They hadn't won a game all year. They hadn't even scored a single point. And lately, they only seemed interested in horsing around and giving Coach the business. "Why practice?" they said. "We'll only lose anyway." "We're in for it now," said old Pop Hansen, the janitor. "The big Thanksgiving game is coming up. And the werewolves from Central are real animals. They'll make mincemeat out of our team." "What's to be done?" asked Miss Nelson. "What we need is a real expert," said Pop. That afternoon, while Miss Nelson was grading papers, she heard wild laughter. It was coming from the teacher's lounge. Coach Armstrong had cracked up. I'll make us a fresh pot of coffee," Miss Nelson said. When Coach had calmed down, Miss Nelson took him home in a taxi. "You need a nice long rest," she said. The next day, it was announced over the PA that Coach Armstrong would be out for a really long time, with the measles. "Who will take his place?" said the kids. When Miss Nelson passed by Lulu's after school, a serious discussion was going on. "We need someone who can really get the team into shape before the big Thanksgiving game," said one kid. "Someone who knows how to get results," said another. "Too bad Miss Viola Swamp isn't around," said another. "Who?" asked a kid who was new in town. "You never heard of Viola Swamp?" said the first kid. "The meanest substitute in the whole world? She's a real witch, and she'd have no trouble getting results." Mr. Blandsworth happened to overhear. He said. Said Miss Nelson, and she wasted no time getting home. After rummaging around in her closet, she found exactly what she was looking for, an ugly black sweatsuit. Then she made an important phone call. "I'll be right there," said the voice at the other end. The next day, Mr. Blandsworth announced that there would be football practice as usual. "Whoever it is," said the guys, "let's really give them the business." The doors to Coach's office flew open and out stepped a lady in an ugly black dress. "My name is Viola Swamp," said the lady, "and I am here to get results." "It's Blandsworth," cried the guys, and they laughed him off the field. "Oh, rats," said Blandsworth. "How could they tell?" Just then, the guys heard the sound of squeaky tennis shoes. "I am Coach Swamp," said the lady in the ugly black sweatsuit. Holy smoke, cried the team, it's the swamp! The team's fullback tried to pussyfoot away. Not so fast, Mr. Smarty, said Coach Swamp. Wow, said one of the guys, did you see that tackle? Coach Swamp was a real expert. She put the team to work right away. The guys had never done so many leg raises. More, said Coach Swamp. They had never run so fast. Faster, said Coach Swamp. This is murder, said the guys. Pipe down, said Coach Swamp. In only a matter of days, the Smedley Tornadoes were looking much better. Coach Swamp really gave them the business. Mr. Blandsworth was a little puzzled, however. Who is that Miss Swamp? He thought. Maybe Miss Nelson knows? I'll go ask her. Miss Nelson was busy grading papers when Blandsworth stopped in. Oh, I don't want to disturb her, said Blandsworth. She probably doesn't know anyway. Down on the field, Coach Swamp was having a little talk with the team. And don't you ever think you can horse around again, she said, because the swamp will be watching. When Coach Armstrong returned after his rest, he was very surprised by what he found. The guys played like a real football team. How did this happen? Asked Coach Armstrong. Said the guys. On Thanksgiving Day, the Tornadoes clobbered the Werewolves, 77-3. It was a great day for the Horace B. Smedley School. Mr. Blandsworth treated the whole team to hot dogs at Lulu's. Miss Nelson went home tired and happy. Sometimes you just have to get tough, she told her sister Barbara. And by the way, thanks for filling in for me. Anytime, said Barbara. Anytime. The end.